our social media.
Yes, that's what she was saying.
Yeah.
No, you gotta find a way to like advertise it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like having people, like showing people actually use it is like the best way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I'll just fix it with it.
It's a great space. I love the plug and play aspect, that I can just kind of show up and it's already here, and click a couple buttons and boom.
Yeah.
You're up and running.
Yeah.
Right? It's really nice.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you find out about this like creative lab?
I found out about Atitha Studios through Mackenzie Check. She did a wellness fair here.
Oh yeah, okay.
And
Yeah,
it was like,
wondering.
yeah, and it was like, whoa, what do we got going on here? Because I'm a big fan of the arts and love all things like that. And I was like, whoa, like you would charge me what to do what now? And with my busy schedule, having that kind of dedicated space is a wonderful thing. It makes it way easier to obtain and get here and show up and actually do the thing.
Yeah.
Instead of just talking about it.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people, like, word of mouth is usually the best way to find out, but I just wondering for, like, marketing purposes.
Well, that's where I hope now that, February was definitely a little rough. March ended up being a little rough too. But my hope now is that my schedule settles down a little bit here on Thursday, so I'll be here more consistently. Then I have some Saturday sessions as well.
Okay. Good to know.
Try to keep building things up.
Yeah, okay. It's good to know. I'm Julia, by the way. I don't think I introduced myself.
I'm really bad with names, so I apologize if I ask you that again at some point.
You're good.
I will never use the phrase "nice to meet you" because chances are I've already met you.
Yeah.
I just play it safe nowadays.
Yeah.
Stupid stuff.
Okay, that should be good.
Alright, let me know if you guys need anything else. I'll be here till probably 1-ish.
Okay, thank you.
No problem at all, Julie. You have a good day.
You too.
Wow. That was a very interesting timing. I don't know if you guys caught all of that. But we here at Atitha Studios are working on the word of mouth, the marketing piece of things, right? So we just had somebody come through and take some photos for some marketing for down here at Atitha Studios. Very interesting timing that I had just kind of hit started and record, so we kind of got that whole interaction on film. I think that was fascinating to make sure to let them know. So I guess now that is done with, we can go ahead and get started with today's Mindfulness Power Hour. We are back here live streaming on the TikTok. The YouTube stream was not live right now, but it will be uploaded to YouTube later. I'm at Atitha Studios right now recording live using their wonderful equipment, so it sounds really good and get a nice picture to upload to the YouTube. The TikTok I can do here on my phone, so we'll be live on TikTok. It'll be uploaded on YouTube later. Best of both worlds, right? That way I can still go live and talk and meet with all you wonderful people out there and still have a long form recorder content that's mine, and I can edit up and all that to post to YouTube later, right? I like how my brain is coming up with these things, right? Finding solutions to that stuff, right? So welcome. My name is Mr. Ryan. I am the Yinzer therapist. I'm here to help distract you guys from the doom and gloom out there, right? To provide hopefully a 60-ish minute distraction from all the chaos and turmoil and bullshit that is out there. The world is tough. It's chaotic. It's broken. It's painful. It's traumatic. It's toxic. We need those moments, those times, those periods to sit back and relax, right? To take that time out for ourselves, right? To take that time in for ourselves, to breathe, to focus on those coping skills, right? That's what the Mindfulness Power Hour is about, is to challenge anyone and everyone out there that finds this stream, finds these videos, to take that time in for themselves, to dedicate that time for themselves. We've studies to continue to show that 15 to 20 minutes of time in a day strengthens that brain, helps grow those healthy brain fibers, right? Especially helps grow and strengthen that prefrontal cortex. That prefrontal cortex, which is the quarterback of your brain. It's the part of your brain that controls and does everything else, right? So it's such an important thing to grow, to heal, to strengthen, right? And that's what we hope to achieve here with this Mindfulness Power Hour. Right, is the unofficial leader of the Second Agnostic Church of Hope and Wonder, where we hope for a better tomorrow. We're wondering what the fuck is going on right now. I feel it is my duty, my calling, to continue to work as hard as I can to fix this broken world, to make things better, one positive interaction at a time, right? To have such radical, flowing positivity and optimism that I can rewrite people's brains and energies and experiences and help them find their way forward, right? 15 years of mental health, 6 years of private practice, things are going pretty well, right? I have a nice caseload of clients that, continue to tell me how much I've helped them, how much I've changed their lives. And so now my mission is to take that magic that happens in my therapy office and to take it to as large of an audience as I possibly can. That is why you're going to see me here live on TikTok. That's why there's going to be a long-term video uploaded to YouTube. It's why I'm meeting up with other podcasters, much to my anxiety chagrin. It's why I'm meeting with somebody that's going to help me take this to the next level, right? To help me do more, be more with my online content. And that investment is going to free up time because they're going to do a lot of the behind the scenes things, right? A lot of the editing and this and that for me. So then I can focus on this part, the writing, the curating, the healing, right? I am so stoked to kind of see where things are right now, to see where things can go, where I'm going to be able to grow and build from here. Partnering with wonderful spaces like this, Atitha Studios down there in Sharpsburg. If you're not familiar, please go online, check out my socials, check out their socials. It's Atitha Studios, ATITHI. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful time. They have all kinds of different workshops, all kinds of different memberships, all kinds of different crazy, awesome events. It is just an amazing art collective to be a part of, to have this wonderful podcast space, to be able to do this baggage, to encourage me to chase our dreams, right? And I think that's really the theme that I wanted to focus on today with this Mindfulness Power Hour, is before we get to the coping skill demonstration, right? Before we get to that healing side of things, let's really take a moment to set the intention, right? To set the goal, right? And for me, the goal here is to return to consistency, right? To get back to that consistent schedule, showing up each and every week live for this power hour, right? To continue to use this power hour as my video log, to detail my journey into the world of podcasting, of content curation, of taking the magic of my therapy office and doing something with it, right? It's I don't know, ADHD brain. I think I forgot to take my pill this morning, and it's definitely hitting home right now. I'm also out of water, which is a bummer. I probably should have filled this up before we got started. But live and learn. Yeah, so this is the Mindfulness Power Hour, where I challenge each and everybody I can to take that time in for themselves, to sit and reflect, to look at their life. To slow down and see where they're at, how things are going. We're going to continue to stick with the same kind of formatting, where we really work hard on talking first about our self-care, right? What are we doing lately for our self-care and to take care of ourselves? Are we working out? Are we eating this? Are we doing that? What hobby are we working on building up? What bad habit are we working on getting rid of? Right? It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Definitely got to remember to take my pill before I do these. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. All right. Let's take a deep breath, everybody. That felt good. Let's do another one. Let's take another big deep breath. You know what? And I'm having kind of an angsty day. My brain's kind of all topsy-turvy. So, impromptu, let's turn this in to some of that dragon breath, right? That as we hit that exhale, let's get a little loud with it, right? Let's really work how to get that energy, that negativity, all that funk, right? Let's get it, All right, so we're going to take some deep breaths. And on the exhale, we're going to be dragons. Ready to be a dragon? Hope you're ready to be a dragon. Let's be dragons together. All right. Breathe in. Let's do it again. Well, one more time. Let's get all that energy, all that funk out. Let's be dragons and get it, all that energy. Big breath in. Oh, man. All right, so in terms of self-care, I would admit in a lot of ways I'm slack-a-lacking in the workout department. I have not done my due diligence on making sure I'm getting my workout routine in. The physical activity level in terms of weightlifting has definitely dropped down. That's something I need to work on. I got to do something about that. That is for sure. I did get a little bike ride in this Sunday when I challenged myself to go to that podcast meetup. That's why I was late to the podcast meetup, because I did get a couple bike rides in. I have been doing my mall walking, right? My weight is still just a little over 3. So, still trying, right? But just... that's where I like these mindfulness power hours, and that's one of the reasons why I hope to get back to the consistency here. Is I think part of what makes me helpful and beneficial as a therapist, what really makes it work, is the realness, the authenticity, right? I struggle with ADHD, anxiety, and depression like everybody else. Some days it's hard to get out of bed. Some days it's hard to be motivated. It's hard to do things. It's hard to stay on top of my self-care. But these moments, these check-ins, right? To sit here and look at that camera and tell you guys, I haven't worked out yet this week, and it's Thursday, right? It doesn't feel good, doesn't feel bad, but it's important to acknowledge it because that's real, right? That's where I'm at right now. My 4-day workout routine, I haven't got a day in. It's Thursday. There's only so many more days left, right? At this point, I'm not going to get all 4 days in. So do I throw in the towel? Do I say fuck it and not get any workouts in and just piss off and do nothing, right? Or do I still find a way to get something in? Do I get at least 1 day and 2 days in, right? That's why I've tried it. Instead of getting all 4 main lifts in 1 week, that's why I'm trying to get at least 4 main lifts in over 2 weeks, right? So that would mean at least I'm working out twice a week, right? Right now, twice a week I'd take. Right now, twice a week is better than anything the fuck that I'm doing, right? It really is. So that's where that self-care is an important thing. To not demean ourselves, not beat ourselves up about it, right? Not be mean to ourselves about it, but finding a way to hold yourself accountable, right? Finding a way to call yourself out and know that you could be doing better. And I love the word better, as I remind so many of my clients, right? Because better really should be gooder, right? Because you're already doing good, but we want you to do gooder. Well, gooder's not a word, so it's better, right? That ER, it implies you're already doing good. Let's do more. Let's be more, right? And mindfulness, taking moments to look at our self-care routines. Good should be gooder, right? But we don't like gooder. So instead of it being gooder, it's better. There we go, right? Oh, I am definitely no Charlie Kirk impersonator. I am a licensed mental health therapist here to help save the world one positive interaction at a time by spreading that mental health awareness and teaching people about mental health, their brain space, and also their coping skills. Well, you need better material then, man. Sorry, laughter and humor is definitely part of my therapy. I talk about some of the grossest, horriblest, most traumatic ass, horriblest things that fucking have mess with people. So you got to laugh about it sometimes. I do have a degree. I am a licensed professional counselor, an LPC. I have a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. I'm certified in treatment of personality disorders. I'm certified in dialectical behavioral therapy, DBT. I'm a certified grief and trauma therapist. I'm a certified meditation teacher. I'm a certified sound healer. So I am a very big nerd, and I really like psychology. So I've continued to learn and grow over my 15 years in the industry, the last 6 in private practice, just trying to find ways to continue to help people and make this world a better place. That's the whole goal, right? So we're going to sit here, we're going to talk mindfulness, we're going to talk our self-care, right? And as we're through our self-care reflection, kind of recognizing where maybe we need to make some improvements, right? And I got to work out a little bit more, getting more of that physical activity on, right? Then what I always like to spend these hours shifting towards is the positives, the goods, the wins, the victories, right? The things that are going well in our life, things that are going well in our day. I think it's a really important thing. We gotta focus on those positives, right? What is winning, what is going well, what is working for us, right? What are we happy for? What are we looking forward to, right? What are those goods, those gains, those wins, those victories, right? A lot of life right now, especially as chaotic and turmoil as it is out there, right, is finding ways to stack those little victories. Finding ways to take that larger goal, that bigger goal, right, and bring it down and chunk it up into little things, right? To find those little pebbles, right? Those little pebbles that we can build and coalesce and surround and empower and grow and take care of until it becomes something bigger, right? That's where there's that positivity. There's power in that positivity, right? There's power in chunking things up and breaking it down to those more manageable steps. We need to have those bigger long-term goals, right? We need to have those large-term, longer-term ideas of where we want to go, where we want to see our life. But then we got to find ways to break that down into what we can do right here, right now, right? And that's the mindfulness portion, right? That's the mindfulness portion of your self-care routine, your daily habits that you need, right? To take that time in and focus on the here and now. What is the next right thing? What is the next best thing that you can do for yourself? How can you make yourself a better person, a better citizen, a better human being? What can you do to make your world better? Make your world sparkle a little brighter, a little shine, a little stronger, right? It's an important thing. For me, I would say what's working for me right now is pushing through my anxiety, pushing through my fears, my worries. There's been a lot of upheaval in my life, turnover, this and that. I've hit my maximum of my caseload. There's only so many more clients I can take on. There's got to be a way to do more, be more. So I'm going to be hiring therapists. I'm onboarding therapists. I'm going to be an employer, right? Not just an employee running my own show, right? I'm going to be responsible for other adults, other licensed clinicians, right? I'm building my workshop schedule, right? And I think that's one of the things I'm really grateful for. And I encourage you guys, please, like, comment, follow, subscribe. Please stay tuned. We have lots of events coming up, lots of opportunities to get our wellness on, lots of opportunities to learn coping skills. I pulled it up the other day, and I can pull it up right here on my tablet real quick. There's a lot coming up. There's a lot going on here at August West Wellness. This ginger therapist is a very busy guy that is determined to fix this broken world, who's absolutely over the nonsense and chaos that we have going on out there, that absolutely firmly and completely and utterly believes that I have figured out the secrets of the universe. I know what we need to do. I know how we can get along. I know how we can solve a lot of these problems by improving our communication, improving our emotional regulation, improving our conflict resolution. Right? These things matter. And that's why these live events matter. Right? There's only so many people that are going to make it to my office, make it to my Zoom room. There's a whole bunch more yins. They can show up on these TikTok streams. They can show up on my YouTube long form contents, right? They can show up to my workshops, right? It's an important thing. That's why I make sure I record all my workshops, right? Not only does it help me get better as a clinician to see what I'm doing well, see what I'm doing wrong, all those things, but it again allows yins guys to access it whenever yins want, right? That's where that idea that I firmly believe wellness wherever you are, whenever you are, right? And that's what my online content is for, right? Is for you to digest it and enjoy it at your leisure when you can, on your time and on your schedule, but you still get that wellness on. It's not a replacement for therapy, it's a supplement, right? It's a way to aid that growth, aid that kind of work, aid that development, right? But I think we continue to do good work. I'm going to continue to work up hard to show up here each and every Thursday for these live streams, because this hopefully becomes the promotion vehicle, right? It allows me to get the word out there about what I'm up to, where you can come find me in person, right? Because I mean, let's look at this list of events here. Monday, just a few days from now, right? This upcoming Monday, March 30th, we have our monthly mindful meetup in Saving Space, 7 p.m. Right, that'll be our second installment of that monthly meetup. The first one went, had a couple people, not really. Hopefully this next one goes a little better. I know we've been working better on the promotion end of things. I'm hoping to see a little bit of an uptick in attendance there. And we're going to work on bringing in some drumming, right? And I think that's going to work towards an event that I'm going to call Humming and Drumming. Right, that we're going to combine that brain humming that I love to teach everybody, and we have everybody working on with some of that wonderful drumming. Right, I think it could be a really great thing, a really great event. I really do. So the next up on the list then will be Thursday, April 23rd, right here at Atitha Studios, right? As part of my membership here at this great Atitha Studios, I get a teacher's pass, which means I get to rent a space to conduct a class, right? So the first one we're going to do is downstairs in the Maker Lab. It's going to be a brain humming one-on-one mindfulness workshop. It's going to be at 4 p.m. So Thursday, April 23rd at 4 p.m., you can join me here for a wonderful, wonderful time. Now, that is, as you may know, around here, NFL Draft Week. So the city's going to be a little crazy, right? There's going to be a lot of stress, a lot of this, a lot of chaos, a lot of turmoil. And I think having a workshop at that time is absolutely important. I hope a lot of local yinzers are able to tune in and find yourself some peace in that chaotic mindset. And due to that, that workshop will hopefully be not only recorded but live streamed for people, because we're definitely going to need to get through all that together. And then at the end of April, then we circle back to that last Monday, right, for that monthly Monday mindful meetup, right? The third installment would be Monday, April 27th. That's at Saging Space down there at New Kent at 7 p.m. I think that one's going to be huge, because that's going to be right after the draft. Right after our city was invaded by 700,000 people over the course of 3 days, right? The equivalent of having 10 Steeler games in 3 days, right? It's going to be insanity. So to have a meetup space, a mindfulness meetup space, to kind of from all that draft stress, all that craziness going on. I'm very excited about that. I think that's going to be an absolutely wonderful, wonderful thing. And then, now we're getting into May now, right? And May has 3 events. So Thursday, May 21st, we're going to do another brain humming workshop here at Atitha Studios. That'll be 4 p.m. Now, because I don't want to just regurgitate the same brain humming exercise over and over and over again, that one in May will probably have a little bit of a spin to it, right? Oh, I see my man Rodney's out there. How you doing, Rod, man? Hope life is treating you well. And And I say that too because then that Saturday, that's right, a Saturday, May 23rd will be my first event at this place that I went through all that podcasting meetup stuff, the Paduti Studios. They're down in Tarentum. I hear Tarentum is a little far away for some people, but we're going to do a brain humming workshop down there on Saturday, May 23rd. Now, I still need to confirm exactly what time we're doing that. But that'll be my first event down there at the Paduti Studios, Monday, May 25th. Again, that last Monday of the month. We have another one of our Mindful Monday meetups, right? That'll be a good old time. I'm doing pretty good, Rod, man. Just busy trying to continue to heal the world, right? That's why we're showing here for these live streams, right? Trying to teach these guys all about that mental health. What we're doing right now is talking about all the different live events that I'm scheduled and booked over the next couple months. So, there's 3. There's 1 in March, 2 in April, 3 in May. And then as of right now, I got 4 in June, right? The first one in June is going to be June 6th. It's going to be Good Brain Food Live. So Good Brain Food is one of the podcasts that I'm going to be working on recording here. And it's going to talk about the media that we consume, the movies, the TV shows, the music we listen to, the art, all that kind of stuff, the media that we consume, and how we have a choice of whether we consume good brain food that helps us grow and be better human beings and better citizens versus stuff that doesn't. So I don't want to spill too many details about that, also because most of those details haven't been finalized yet. But again, look out for these events coming up. We're going to have Good Brain Food Live. There's 2 more opportunities to do a brain humming workshop with me in June. We're going to do another one here Thursday, June 18th. And then we're going to do another Paduti Studios on June 26th. And again, I don't want to regurgitate the brain humming workshops. I think those are going to have a little bit different spin. June 26th, getting close to a certain country's birthday. Maybe we do a little patriotic brain humming at that point, right? And of course, that last Monday in June, Monday, June 29th, we have another one of our mindful meetups down there at Saging Space, right? So that is, there's 1, 2, that's 3, plus 3, that's 6, 6 plus 4, that's 10. That'll be 10 in-person events, 10 workshops, 10 events, 10 times. I'm out there in public. I'm doing this, what we do here now, live in person. So please, if you're in the Pittsburgh area, like, comment, subscribe, share the shit out of the stuff, follow, do all those things, interact with me here. Come see me live at these events. We'll be here at Atitha Studios for a bunch of them. We'll be at Paduti Studios, a new place over in Tarentum I can't wait to check out. We'll be at Saging Space down in New Kent with all the wonderful shops and stuff that are going down there in New Kent. So I'm just incredibly grateful and have so much gratitude to have that kind of booking, right? To have that kind of schedule. It's almost like it's a spring tour, right? It's pretty cool. So now what I'd like to do is get to the coping skill portion of today's programming, right? Because that's one of the things I always like about these Mindfulness Power Hours, right? Is we sit here and we talk about our mental health, we talk about what's going right, where our brain space is, how we're feeling about different things, what's going on there, right? That's a big part of this is that discussion piece, right? Checking in with each other, seeing where our brain spaces are, where our struggles, our ups, our downs, right? It's an important thing. But the other thing I like to do too is the coping skill demonstration, right? Because it's one thing to talk about mental health. It's one thing to say, hey, use your coping skills, right? But if we don't know what those coping skills are, if no one's sat down to actually teach us those coping skills, it's really hard to just do them, right? So I really want this space here to serve as that foundation piece, that launching pad, to show people different kinds of coping skills, different ways to do different things, right? So we are going to do a kind of a meditation thing here that I came up with. I've adapted and edited it myself. But before we do all that, I need to refill my water bottle. So for the TikTok stream, I'll be right back. For the YouTube thing, magical mindfulness editing. All right, be right back. Oh, that's funny. So I did that at the 30-minute mark. All right. Here we go. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to my TikTok live here. This is the first TikTok live I've done in a while. It seems like I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with things. So we will keep working our way through it. We'll keep making the things happen, right? So we've now talked about our self-care. We've talked about our gratitude, what we're grateful for, what is going right in our life, right? And now we're going to get to the coup de grace, the main event, the main course of today's meal, right? We're going to get to this meditation, this breathing exercise. We're going to work on trying to building some deep breaths. We're combining some body awareness, right? I think it's a really wonderful exercise that can really help us find that center, find that balance, right? And again, that's to me the challenge for you guys with this Mindfulness Power Hour, right? Is to take that time in for yourself, to work to get through this kind of meditation. At first, it may be really impossible. You may only get a few seconds in before the brain hops in and this or that, right? You may go to sit to go meditate and immediately your brain's like, ain't happening, don't like it, right? That's happened to me, right? There's definitely times I sit down and go to meditate after 5-6 years of doing this and it's still just like, nope, not today, Satan. It's not happening. So do with what you can, right? Do it how you can, as little as you can. Always remember, sometimes in life, half-assing something is better than no-assing something, right? And exercises like this can kind of be like that. Attempt it. Give it a shot. See if it works for you. Again, that's why we're going to work to change these things up each and every Mindfulness Power Hour, right? We're not going to try to do the same coping skill back to back, right? We may end up repeating ourselves here and there, right? We may not always come up with a new fresh idea, right? But they won't be back to back, right? You won't get the same coping skill back to back. We're going to vary it up because, again, we need to teach everything we can to build that coping skill toolbox, to have that coping skill list to pull from, right? Those things are just so important. So we're going to work now to get going with this meditation, this breathing exercise. I invite all you guys to work, to take a moment to get yourselves nice and comfy. It may be sitting up, it may be laying down. We want you guys to be as comfortable as possible as we work our way through this breathing exercise. Because we got to remember how important our breath is, right? A lot of us spend our entire day going through without really thinking about our breath at all. But it's literally what's keeping yins alive, right? So we're going to take these moments today here to take some deep breaths to build that body awareness, right? So to begin, to help get our mind right, to help blockade all the chaos, to help serve as that doom and gloom, that distraction from everything, right? Let's take some 5 big deep breaths together, right? Let's inhale nice and deep, letting that belly expand like a balloon. We work to hold it for a second, and then we exhale, feeling that wave of relaxation wash all over yins. We take another big deep breath in. We're filling up those lungs, holding it just the littlest bit, and then slowly exhaling, letting that calm wash all over yins. We're going to inhale real deep, feeling every part of yins' body up. We're going to pause for that second at the top, soaking in that good oxygen. And then we're going to exhale, noticing how the body relaxes without yins even having to really try. Let's take another big deep breath in. Feeling it just purify yins' souls. See how it feels to inhale all that air. Now how does it feel to exhale it? Let's take one big last breath in. Let's hold it, and then we're feeling all groovy in that. Let's exhale slowly, letting that wave of calm flow over yins, guys. And let's take a moment here to check in on how we were feeling. Do we notice any changes from when we started? Any sense of calm? Has those voices inside yins' heads, have they softened or disappeared altogether? Now we got a nice taste of that relaxation, right? A nice taste. So let's build on it. Let's build on it by exploring some body awareness. Now, the important thing to really make note here is that sometimes our mental health, our mental stress, right, and anguish shows up in our physical vessel. So being aware of how the body is feeling and any changes can really be helpful to our mental wellness. So as we're continuing to slowly breathe, slowly and calmly, let's see if you can focus that attention on the top of yins' heads. And as we got that attention, and it's at the top of our heads, right, the very tippity top of our heads, let's let that awareness drift slowly down the top of our head, slowly down to the bridge of our nose, in between our eyes, noticing how your eyes feel, enticing them to relax. Now move to your nose, feeling that air flowing in and out. When you're breathing in here, picture yourself getting filled with some of that positivity, some of that love. And when you breathe out here, feel yourself getting lighter and lighter. Now let's check out yins' ears. Pay attention to how they be feeling. What sounds do yins notice? Can you pick out each individual sound? Or are they all mooshed together? Focus on my voice now. Let's let it guide you deeper and deeper while those other sounds help you sink deeper and deeper. Slowly but surely bringing our attention to our mouth. And what do you notice about that mouth of yours? Does it happen to be parched? Is there any changes if you imagine biting into your favorite food? Now slowly, with our neck and our shoulders, wiggling back and forth, right? Trying to relieve ourselves of any of that tension. Now, time to focus on those arms and those hands of yours. Are they resting in your lap? By your side? Do they feel heavy and visible? Next, focus on your chest and upper back. Let's take a big deep breath here. Really try and release any of that tension that yins may be having. Now it's time to move that awareness down yins' legs all the way to yins' feet and toes. Can you feel your feet planted on that floor? If you got shoes or socks on, can you feel them covering your skin? And as we kind of focus in on those points of contact, let's take a deep breath in and focus on how relaxed we are. Slowly breathing. Poster nut bag. You should name your cat Poster Nut Bag. So, a big thing to remember, a big takeaway from this Mindfulness Power Hour, right, is that the exercises that we just did, right, that kind of meditation, that body awareness, right, that was deep breathing, they can have a real cumulative effect on the brain. It means that while these coping skills are very helpful if done solo, they really, really slay when they're practiced every day. Each time we take that time in for ourselves, we're growing those healthier and healthier brain fibers by completing breathing exercises, grounding exercises, body awareness exercises like the one we just did. By making that as part of our daily routine, like brushing your teeth or showering, you can literally grow yourselves a healthier brain. So please, get out there, guys. Practice them coping skills. And I don't like your options. You asked me for a cat name. The only cat name I'll ever give anybody. Poster Nutbag. And that, my friends, brings us towards the end of our Mindfulness Power Hour here today. We've talked about our self-care. We've recognized our gratitudes. We've worked on our self-affirmation list, right? Recognizing the good that's going on in our day. We practiced some deep breathing. We practiced a body awareness exercise, right? And we talked about the awesome 10 different events we have coming up over the next few weeks and months, right? But the next in-person event, the very next one, this upcoming Monday, March 30th, at Saging Space down in New Ken, 7 p.m. Check my socials, check this, check that. It'll be out there. You'll find it. Please, please, please look for that Relax and Dream Mindful Monday monthly meetup series. 7 p.m. at Saging Space down there at New Ken. And I hope to see you guys next week as we continue to return with our Mindfulness Power Hour. We work hard to make this into that weekly programming that I've always envisioned it to be. That weekly challenge to get people to care more about themselves, to take that time in for themselves, to focus on their kind of mindfulness. Look, I was wondering what happened to you, man. You were there and asking me questions and then you disappeared. So you caught me right at the end. I was just wrapping things up, but I do have some time on the clock. So if you have any more questions right now, right here, feel free to have at it. If not, you'll have to like, comment, follow, subscribe, share, all those wonderful things. And I'll have to catch you, hopefully, right here next week. Same bat channel, same bat time. Thank you guys so much. Mr. Ryan, the Yinzer therapist, working on fixing this broken world, one positive interaction at a time. So any help you can lend me in doing so would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much. Have yourselves a wonderful day.